Yeah, just in relation to the glaringly obvious nature of people's arguments and to come in under the radar. My honest opinion is that these people are influenced by their positions and they're children of people in position. And what positions am I on about? Anything related to this, anything related to professors, anything like that. And then your NGO sector, 33,000 NGOs. And that's only the NGOs, right? Yes, sir. That's only the NGOs. So then you got to multiply how many employees work there.
My daughter's a screaming Democrat. I got to show her.
Yeah,
even in Ireland they got.
Please do. Yeah, thank you. Right. So multiply that by the employees, right, and then their children, and then see the influence they have on society in Ireland as a whole. And that's what the government use as a battering ram, like in all these anti-nationalist protests. Yeah, that's the brigade that comes out, but you don't come out even in the mass that you could come out, because they're cowards. Like they're soft. They're the generation of soft people, hard times, strong people, good times. They're the generation that is destroying that. They want to keep this cash flow of $6 billion a year going, and they're the anti-Irish people. It's them sectors that say that they're doing good. So say you have an issue. I've been raising concerns about the community games since 2016. The revival of the community games, a national organisation, right? And you might have a qualm and you go, okay, will you turn that off or leave it on? So you go, the Children's Ombudsman. Now that's an NGO. And you go into the Children's Ombudsman and I say, do you know the Irish government for the last 45 years have been socially excluding the vast majority of the states and children in Ireland from competing in the community games and taking access to 45 events that their peers use and benefit their lives going forward and their communities and give them better prospects for life? Do you know that's happening for the last 45 years? Oh, we can't do anything about that. And then you go on to children'srights.org in Geneva and they say, oh, it's a local issue. And I say, but you didn't read my email. It's a national issue. So as a whole, Ireland is affected, right? So there's lots of NGOs like that who think that the Irish Council for Civil Liberties, the research board on Bratton House down the road beside the iPass Centre. Like, what do they research? They research anything that the government wants to promote. I say, okay, how do I enact research as to the last 45 years of deprivation and the effects of social exclusion on council estates in Ireland for the last 45 years? The death, the murder, the drugs, the suicide, the alcohol, all the abuse, to justify quangos to come in and fix it. Who do I get to initiate that research? Oh, I don't know. Everybody passes the book and the evidence is there. If they were to get the research, the ESRI is based in here, is it? The ESRI. If they were the information's there for the last 45 years, why don't they just collate the information? Hang on, let's look at this estate compared to that estate. This estate, last 45 years, no community games. How many people in prison? How many people are drug addicted? How many people dead by drugs? How many people alcohol? How many people suicide? How many people from broken families? All because they're deprived of community games. You might think it's nothing, but if you're deprived of something for 45 years, you get institutionalised. You get thinking that it doesn't exist, I don't need it. It's like walking out of prison. Can I have a piss? You think you get used to it. You know what I mean? So now the nation has got used to not having it and they don't want it. You're going to have to re-educate them into the benefits of it. And they're like so switched off, and intergenerational problems. And the next generation always thinks they're better than the previous. And they say, what's he talking about? He doesn't know what he's talking about. I know everything. I know this. My kids are all right. But how come the kids that are benefiting from the community games are excelling in the mostly affluent areas? And the government know this. I have a list as long as my arm, the government ministers that have on record that have refused me. And if you'd like to go into further information on the radio or in a proper interview, I'd be willing to divulge the whole lot of them. And a lot of them are still in power. From local to high ranking. The whole lot of them. Starting off with Varadkar in 2016, Minister for Health, 5 million allocated to Marcella Corcoran Kennedy, a TD from Tipperary, who went on to become a European Minister for the National Physical Activity Plan in 2016. What's all that about? I think that was a swan song to go buy a nice cat for yourself in Belgium when you go over to the European Parliament. Have a nice time, Marcella. Huh? Like, what happened? Where's the money spent? They're still talking about obesity now. Do you have bariatric surgeons on the radio? Do you have everybody on the radio? How do we fix this? How do the Citizens Assembly on drugs? How do we fix this? Scratching their heads, eggheads. All the people are supposed to know better. There's the community games looking at them. Why don't, if they had listened to my initiative in 2016, he'd have had areas competing in it by now and giving them a better prospects, and their peers would be saying, what's that you're doing? I think I'll do a bit of that. It has that subject in it, that sport, that activity, 45 things to choose from. And they're keeping it from you. And still keeping it from you. And they all know about it to this day. So what does that tell you? That's a damning indictment to them and the whole system and every fucking thing about them. And they have to go. Thanks.